because what I want to go into next is what you're saying. It's going to transition right into that. Um, we talked about Dolores Tucker at the time, what's going on in rap music, but I also use as a great identifier Western movies. Hollywood, I believe, was the first uh, producer of the negative influence. I think it always leads. It leads with everything, even with the change in society concerning homosexuality. Hollywood is leading with that more than anything. Hollywood and the media. So it's no surprise that you keep bringing up the media and
And it's
that kind of
propaganda
connects,
machine, man.
huh?
I
What you say?
said that's the propaganda machine. The propaganda machine,
Yeah,
brother.
propaganda machine. Yes, sir.
The is it, yeah, yeah,
What I
yeah.
was
That's a part of war.
right. You're right. And where you said something because I remember being in war. Saddam Hussein and them was dropping those little leaflets about Americans. I still have one
Yeah,
about black
yeah,
Americans. I got one said, "Why are you fighting this
yeah.
war?" I mean, the propaganda trying to they were dropping this where we American soldiers can pick it up, and they know
No,
blacks front line pretty much. A lot of us you can read it, but propaganda is very powerful, very powerful. That's a great point again. Save that one. I'm gonna try to remember that one. We got to talk about that propaganda piece. But what I was saying about the industry, okay, the movie industry, the music industry, we understand. Like you made a great point that Dolores Tucker really kind of picked the music industry because it's a softer target than Hollywood. Hollywood is a very hard target that has a lot of defenses around it that you'll have a hard time getting around. But here's the thing: even in Hollywood and in music, in our communities, are our young men and women are they choosing to be the villain? Because any good movie, there's a villain and there's a hero, right? Just like you talked about Black Panther, and it's a black movie, but I didn't get to. See, I haven't watched it, and I just haven't. I'm just into different things, right?
mm-hmm.
I'm not. I've never been into Marvel comics. I mean, I like reality things, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel that it's almost it is a shame to me that we have to start putting some understanding around fictitious characters and identify with that as opposed to identifying with the real people, uh, black men and women who did die, who did sacrifice. Instead of identifying with them, we have to find an imaginary character to identify with. That's what I'm getting to. So, but while do you believe that our brothers and sisters in our communities are choosing the role of the villain? Because even in the Western movie, the villain looks tantalizing, right? A lot of people want to play. When we were young, some people played cops and robbers. Everybody wanted to be the robber, not the cop sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Even into society today, because of a lot of police corruption, a lot of us don't identify with the understanding of what the police do, right? And for good cause in many cases. But the question, the real substance of the question is, are we choosing to be the villain too often? Are we choosing to be the villain, or are we choosing to be the good guy? Good guy, bad guy. That's all it turned up to. In every movie, that's what it is, right? You got the good side, so to speak, and the bad side, and they're fighting and warring against each other, which is a reflection of what we deal with in society, in particularly American society. So are we choosing to be the villain too much? I think that because of the influence of Hollywood, because of the influence of the music industry, that let's say the drill music. I'm just learning that understanding drill music. I'm just learning that that's a whole different genre. I'm trying to see what's the difference between that and gangster rap. What is the difference? And
Um,
what's the difference? And do
I,
and hold that question. And do are we choosing to be the villain too much in our communities? Now go. You got it.
no, we definitely choosing to be the villain. Everybody's choosing to be the villain. Nobody's choosing to be the fucking good guy. You're not really choosing to be a good guy in nothing. You can even think about like culturally, like talking about the movies. You got the werewolves and the vampires being the good guys, and you know what I mean. Like this was a couple years ago, but I'm just saying, like you know, and everybody's choosing to be the villain. You know,
Yeah.
um, when you said it's a shame that It's a shame that we picking imaginary people to uplift them. Now I know when I was young, uh, the thing that we did, Scarface was our guy with
Yeah,
the Palmer movie.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're right.
Scarface.
You're right.
We was on that. We wanted to be cocaine. I mean, I'm just saying at that period.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's a
So
yeah, facts.
you know what I mean? So it we being a villain, being a villain, you know, I, very rarely do we want to be Elliot Ness. We rather be
Yeah,
Al Capone. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because it's more interesting. You know, like it's just more interesting overall. The women want the bad guys, and why wouldn't we want to be the bad guys? I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying that.
it makes sense.
You know,
That's,
so so that's one thing. But now it's it's a lot of different things because it's to the point like when we talk about I don't want to like beat you in the head over drill music per se, but I've listened to some of the lyrics. I listened to some of the things. You know, they proclaim to be the devil. They proclaim to be the demon, or you know, they proclaim to be the most evilest. Like even in gangster rap, that
yeah,
ain't what gangster rap was saying. Gangster rap was saying the cops just chasing me. I'm trying to make my money. I'm trying to take care of my mama, so I'm gonna do what I got to do. This is different level because the whole world is on a different level. The whole world is upside down, and what people thought was good is bad, and what people thought was bad is good. So it's like everybody wants to be the villain.
that's very true.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, now let me ask because you said something that you said that, and I was trying to make the comparison of gangster rap to drill music now, what they call, which I think is similar because
It
I
is.
Biggie Smalls. I'm a fan of Biggie Smalls, right? He had a song talking about going to hell,
Mhm.
right? You know that
Mhm.
song.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
I
I'm
mean, you talking about the one when he committed suicide? Suicide?
I
Or
think
was you talking
that
about
song. He don't want to go to heaven. He want to go to hell. He don't want to be with the goody two.
yeah, that's suicide. That's
Yeah,
suicide.
whatever that song is. Yeah, but I know the song.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting to is this: is that more of a evolution to where we are, where we've evolved to what we've evolved to now, this drill music? Because I can remember Tupac even saying that he could,
Yeah.
that he gonna go
Yeah.
to hell.
Yeah.
And you start hear some rappers said that, say
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and they kind of did they open the door to this drill music being what it is. In other
Of
words,
course.
when we were before NWA, we ain't talking nothing about no hell, nothing.
No.
You
No,
know,
you did.
now when you get bold enough to talk about you want to go to hell, that you ready to go to hell, that you know, did that open the door? Because that only took place in well, I'm not going rock and roll had it too. Same thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Don't go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
records back, everything in rock and roll to me, and you know this, it was kind of associated with the demonic side. That wasn't in rap at the time.
No, it wasn't in the
Same,
culture
the
at
same
the time.
record companies, the same industry that was driving rap drove rock and roll too.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that long as they were talking about, they didn't care about them talking about the devil, playing records backwards and got, and all this other foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
But when we see it in the black community through rap, I really still don't. I truly believe that gangster rap, and I like gangster rap. I did until when I was young. I grew up under it.
Mm-hmm.
That influence turned into something. It's continuing to evolve until we got to what we have now, what they're calling drill music, or these young guys, to where their mentality is not just show, as far as it's not just trying to live off the falsehood or being an actor or actress. It's trying to show the world that they're serious about what they're doing or singing about. And it's destroying our communities, man. Anytime you got these young brothers, and you've seen it, man. I've seen so many young brothers kill each other on IG, on Facebook, on one of those Twitters or whatever, not Twitter, but whatever platform, and they posted on there, World Star, where somebody's life was taken in charge, and then when it's investigated, the evidence shows that they have been talking about doing it in their songs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's a very different complexion.
Yeah, let me tell you. Can I say something about that?
Jump in.
The two worst slogans I think that was ever said in our community was both of them came through the music industry or the media industry. One of them was Bobby McFerrin, "Don't worry, be happy."
Right.
The other one was "Keep it real."